Thank you so much, Mike. Mike is honest. We have developed our relationship over the last several years. I've spent many years developing relationships with elected officials around here, as well as many people, the voters, the volunteers, because they are important. Mike was even to the point where I've asked him to be on the executive committee for the Lancaster County Republican Party, because I also believe in bringing people from across demographics, across entities, so that we can present the best movement forward. And that's what part of this conversation is today, is about moving this party forward. I also need to thank the media for being here. The idea is to grow this relationship so that we can have respectful conversations and be about the party, about the candidates, and about the people of Nebraska. And ideally, once we get through today and we take care of a lot of the rumors, or at least take care of getting the vision forward, I want those cameras and I want those microphones turned on to our candidates, because we've got some amazing Republican candidates that are ready to help move this state forward and protect our future. I would be remiss if I also didn't thank former Chairman Dan Welch. Dan is a really good man. I was fortunate to build a relationship with him over the last several months. We've had conversations. He was an amazing representative for the GOP. He did amazing things for the party itself. He represented Omaha in ways in the city council, and I truly believe that Dan is going to be able to move forward just as we are and do our #1 goal, help Republicans win in November. I am so honored and so blessed to be here, because the amount of supporters that are here, I cannot thank them enough. Congressman Fortenberry, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Celeste, thank you for being here. Your service to Nebraska, your service to this country is well documented, and I appreciate growing this relationship with you as well. And over the last several days here, I've received text messages, emails, phone calls in full support of a movement forward towards a culture that brings people together, truly brings people together. And lastly, I need to say a thank you to my family, my wife. We are in that wonderful transition stage with 5 kids, of a teenager that believes he should drive everywhere, and our youngest, a 5-year-old, going into kindergarten. So we have this fun opportunity that I get to do something that I believe helps affect their future, as well as something that can connect people across Nebraska. And that's 100% my goal. I did run for county commissioner race in 2020, and as I progressed forward, I believe that there was a way to unify people in Lancaster County through creating relationships, doing them door to door, and then as I became the Lancaster County Republican Party chairman, we put immense amount of effort into letting people have a voice when they didn't before. And we did this by creating one handshake at a time, one door knock at a time, and doing it in a way that was respectful. So I am very, very honored to have been a part of the process that transitioned Lancaster into the engagement that we've had, into the historic engagement that we've had. We had the largest county convention that has ever happened in the state of Nebraska. We had 605 delegates sign up this year. 476 delegates show up to this convention, and over 600 total people attended a county convention in the state of Nebraska. Lancaster County, please give yourselves a round of applause for what you are accomplishing. And we hope that that engagement transitioned into action. And we truly believe it did. In Lancaster County, this primary election was the highest turnout of Republicans ever. 37,000 showed up to vote in this primary, more than any other even-year primary that has ever happened. This is because of a vision and a culture that believed in people first. So what we're going to do moving forward is do the same thing across the state of Nebraska. And I believe this is truly a we. Over the last several months, I've been blessed to get to know individuals from across the state. These are the very same people that are standing next to me. And they've been doing the exact same thing that Lancaster has done, that Douglas has done. They've been doing that as well. And now it's time for a state party to incorporate them so that we can come together as a group unified, statewide, to do our number one business, our number one job, getting conservative Republicans elected in November. My leadership style is very simple. I believe in people. I believed in people all my life. The idea is to put them in a position that they can thrive. We as a party have the opportunity and a platform to give the resources to them across the state where it can help them in local races all the way up to the governor races. That is our goal. That is our mission. And as we begin to move this forward, we will ground ourselves. We will find this foundation in what we call values. We call them platform values. This is the question that has to be answered by everybody. What makes a Republican Republican? We have that answer. We have 22 platform values that we believe in. And I encourage you, I empower you to go read them. Because when these resonate with you, it'll empower you and encourage you to support our candidates. And I encourage all of our candidates, our elected officials, to read these platform values. Because this is what you're held accountable to. These are the values that Republicans say matter most to them. And that'll be a part of the process as we move forward as a governing body, our Central Committee and our Executive Committee. We are going to reaffirm those values so Republicans know what they stand for and know how to send that message out to the people, because it will resonate. We have many, many independents that have a conservative mindset, that have a fiscal responsibility mindset, that have traditional values mindsets. And one of the reasons that they're not here is because they haven't been welcomed. Let me say this emphatically. You are welcomed in the Republican Party because you matter and your values match our values. I believe as we transition into more one-on-one questions there'll be opportunities to give a greater concept, a greater perspective of what happened Saturday. And it would be a great story to say that it was some sort of activist movement. No, what it was democracy at work. It was people that chose to follow the Constitution as written. I put an immense amount of time into understanding Robert's Rules of Order. I educated those around us, and we came together as a group, believing in a new value structure, believing in a new culture that would help get conservative Republicans elected in Nebraska statewide. And we came together for that purpose. So let's transition into a plan, a vision for moving forward. We have a process and we have an obligation to our Constitution here at the NAGOP to fulfill the order of business. We are in a business. We have shareholders. I don't like the word stakeholders. I like the word shareholders because that means that they have a portion of the voice here. We have an executive committee and we have a central committee that are going to get fully formed. They are the governing body for the Republican Party, and their will, the will of the people, will help guide the remainder portion of this election cycle and into the future. The people will now be in charge of the Republican Party. The Central Committee is the governing body that works through the endorsement process, that helps define the expenditures of the party. We will bring them together. We have a Finance and Budget Committee that will prepare the business of the party. These steps will be implemented as quickly as possible to get the party functioning. My goal is by late July, early August. Our candidates need us. Our candidates need our support. They need the support of the voters and the volunteers and of the party. And I truly believe in the people of the Republican Party, and they will, in their passion and drive, do exactly what they planned on doing before this convention, during the convention, and afterwards. They will get Republicans elected in November. By September 1, we have a constitutional obligation to have a legislative plan, and we're going to create that as a team. We're going to come together using our values to help become a special interest group because we have interests. And we're going to make a legislative plan together that helps promote fiscal responsibility, agriculture, limited government, education, sanctity of life. We have an opportunity to have a great discussion about election accountability and voter verification. These are things that matter to all Nebraskans. I truly believe that most Nebraskans are not moderate Nebraskans. I don't believe in that term anymore. Moderate means that you have a political agenda. I think most Nebraskans are modest Nebraskans. They're attempting to live a modest life. And what they really want to do is to be devoid of politics. But they do have expectations. They have expectations of the elected officials that are in positions to either do a specific job, such as state positions or county positions, but also the boards, the city councils, the mayors. They have expectations, and those are rooted and grounded in our values. They're rooted and grounded in our constitutional requirements, and from here on out, I truly believe that the people in Nebraska, the modest Nebraskans, are not going to back down from setting that expectation and voting in the elected officials that believe the same way as them. That's our next step. Before I finish today, I do want to say that I have two requests. I have two asks of everybody here today and all Republicans. First and foremost, we have candidates that have been duly elected in our primaries. Our job is to support them. Now, you may have a different way that you choose to support them. That needs to be where you're comfortable at. But we need to support them. We need to assure that those individuals are elected in November, and whether it's a governor's race, our federal races, our state races, I ask the voters and the volunteers of the Republican Party to continue to support them, because from here on out, the state party will also be supporting all of them exactly as they are duly elected primary winners. We will support Governor Pillen. We will support our congressional. We have amazing legislative opportunities here. The senators that will be at the unicameral can truly make a difference this year. Move forward the Republican Party so that you can see the future that you want. Become the volunteers and the voters that I have seen so active, so engaged. Give of your time, give of your talents, and give of your treasures as you choose so, but stay engaged. And that is my second ask. Don't go away. I'm empowering you. I'm encouraging you. Stay engaged. We are not won yet, and we will not won just in November as well. We have municipality races here in Lincoln. We will be transitioning into 2024. You have to stay engaged. That is my second ask. Stay empowered, stay active, stay educated, know the rules, fight for your values. You do that, and I guarantee you the Republican Party of Nebraska is going to be a very, very strong entity, and we will win again in November. Thank you all for your time today.